Hello everyone, my name is Devin. This is my grandpa. Thank y'all for tuning into my channel, Devin's Mastermind. So today what we're going to be discussing is the Atlanta Hawks, the CFP, and are the Browns a Super Bowl contender? You go first, grandpa.
Well,
Got the Hawks.
I would like to discuss the Hawks and what you think about tonight and what they're going to do.
Well, in games, well, here's what I think they're going to do. In Game 6, they're going to play with a lot of confidence, and they're going to beat that 76ers team and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2015. Now, they know that. Now, this is what the Hawks should know. Those 76ers are really mad. They're going to be coming in there punching us in the mouth. They're going to do everything to try to stop us in our rhythm and all that. So what we need to do, we need to already get to a fast start and not be up by like 26 points and then they make a comeback like we've been doing against them. So what's your thoughts on that?
Okay, my thoughts on that is, okay, I agree with what you're saying, and I do know that the Hawks is ready.
Yeah, they ready.
And the 76ers is going to be ready for them.
It's a dog fight.
So you're right. It's going to be a dog fight.
Yeah.
But you can't take the 76ers lightly.
I can't. Yeah, that's
because they know now what the Hawks can do.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the Titans. This is Game 6.
Yeah, tonight.
And if the Hawks win it, then what?
We're going to be celebrating.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have fun. We're going to be like, we ready. And then they'll either play the winner of the Knicks and the Bucks for Game 7 coming tomorrow.
Yes, and the city of Atlanta is going to rock tonight until the morning.
Yeah, they're going to party till 4 in the morning. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be loud. It's going to be fans jumping all up and down.
But as far as the game concerned, everybody on that team has got to play tonight. Yes. And they know it.
Yes.
It's a must win. And I think they can.
I think they can.
In fact, I know they can.
Yeah.
So once they put that stuff together, like they did, Monday night, they can go.
Yeah. 2 days ago, Wednesday night,
Yeah, they can go. I know they can. No doubt about it.
So here's
you agree with me and I agree with you?
Oh, I agree
We're
with
on the same page?
Yeah, we are on the same page.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on Trae scoring 39 points? And what's your thoughts on him this whole in his playoff career already starting as a young superstar?
Okay. Now, as far as starting on a young guy, his superstar, if he stay healthy, he going to be something to reckon with.
He already is.
And putting in 39 points tonight, it's going to be hard. They're going to be on him, oh Lord, like honey on bread.
Yeah, because that 76ers team, they are tall.
They know what he can do. They're going to try to block every shot, try to double team him, which I can understand that.
Yeah, and they're going to try to mess up his floaters too.
Sure.
That little magic floater that he does.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So I think what they need to do, Trae, he's been doing good, but he also needs to get his teammates so much involved.
And them 3 points goes, from what I saw the last time, them boys already from Trae, he done motivate them. All they got to do now is just stay motivated.
Yeah.
See, don't let down. No letting down whatsoever. Just stay motivated. And they can pull this one off.
Yeah, they can. This can be upset.
I mean,
probably upset of the
I don't see no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. There's no doubt. They can do it, but they got to play the ball.
Yeah.
They got to play ball.
Yeah, because when I looked at them at first, when I saw that they would be down by so many points,
yes, sir.
I used to turn that TV off and I would go to bed. Try to wake up the next morning and look at my phone to see what happened, and I'm like, okay, the Hawks won. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Thank the Lord.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. So we covered that one. We covered it pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh,
and I have no doubt.
All right. And what's your thoughts on the 76ers and the head coach, Doc Rivers, because he is known for blowing playoffs or blowing the lead in the playoffs as a head coach. So what's your thoughts on him?
Well, he's been doing it for a while and blowing the lead, just like you said. And I think if he don't come through this time, either he going to be looking for a job somewhere else. And he knows it.
Yeah.
He know it.
Yeah.
Because they underestimate the Hawks. See? And as far as the Hawks not being there in all these years, they're thinking that they're supposed to beat the Hawks. Yeah. No doubt about it.
They were thinking
that the Hawks are not good enough to beat them and bring them this far and give them all this trouble. But hey, Hawks got a team.
Yeah, they got a team since they back in 1958 when they were St. Louis.
That's what's going through his mind, because the Hawks have been in the playoffs before, but they never gotten this far.
Not since 1958. Yeah,
and that's what he's doing with his guys. He's like, hey, look, Hawks is not a team for us to have to deal with them this further in the game. We should have got this thing over with.
Yeah, maybe they ain't gonna be like them sorry old.
But he'll be looking for a job. Doc will. That's my opinion, on him.
And I like
he's been there for a while now. So if he don't bring him through, management gonna say, Doc, it's time for you to go.
Yeah, it's time for you to retire as a head coach.
That's right.
You can't keep doing this in the playoffs every single year.
No, until they find somebody that can bring him through. I agree.
Yeah. All right, Grandpa. So next up, we're gonna be talking about the college football playoff. You know what Georgia was in a few years ago.
Yep.
So they have 4 teams because back in the day they used to have the BCS National Championship as like a system. But what happened was, they would have it where they would split. You would have split national titles almost every year. So that's why they enforced this college football for a playoff team. But Grandpa, they're talking about maybe in a few years, they're talking about maybe expanding it to like 12 teams.
Yes.
Yeah, so how I heard how they said you're gonna have the top 4 teams are kind of gonna get like a bye, and those next 8 teams are gonna kind of play each other, and then they'll play the number 1 through number 4 seed, and then go on from there, and then you'll have where you'll decide a champion. So what's your thoughts on that?
Okay, I'll back up a little bit. Are we ready for that?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think we should keep the CFP playoff with 4 teams.
Okay, are we just talking about just Bulldog, or are we talking about all college teams?
We're just talking about all college teams. We're talking about anyone who's 1 through 12, anyone who's fit to be in there. We're talking about Big Ten, ACC.
If we're not ready for it, and they do go ahead and do it, what's the problem gonna be?
What's the problem gonna be is they're gonna be like, well, why in the earth are 12 teams competing for a national title? That should only be enforced in the NFL because the NFL has.
So that's saying the same thing as being a playoff, ain't it?
Yeah.
See, that's too many teams to have a playoff in college ball.
Yeah.
Too many.
That's too many.
Okay.
Now, I feel like they should do 8, but not 12.
Okay, but now you got to look at the playoffs that they haven't already, even though it's in different divisions.
Yeah.
See, so how many you got? The North, South, and the East and the West. Or I can name the SEC, the Big 8, the Big 10, and the Big 12.
Yes.
So you got what? How many teams it take? How many teams to make up all that to be in the playoff?
Well, 12 teams that are fit for it.
See, so basically there's a few changes in it, but basically it's almost the same thing. They just add more playoffs.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's kind of like they're trying to make it be a little bit like the NFL, but like in college you have bowl games, so they play like the Outback Bowl, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Yep.
All these big bowl games like the Rose Bowl, which that's the granddaddy of them all.
So how many bowls they got total?
Now that I don't know, Grandpa.
I counted them up one time. It was
I think it's like a good, because you have teams, it's like good 40, 50 bowl games.
Yeah, and see, but you know what that is now?
Yeah, what is it?
Money.
Yeah, money.
To the schools. But see, the kids don't get nothing out of it. But they have talked about that though.
Yeah. But
they haven't done anything about it for the kids getting money. Now, if they did something about it, we won't know anything about it.
We won't.
No, I've heard that they get a little spending money, like maybe $100 or something like that. But I don't know whether they're still getting that or not. But I do believe that they're getting some money, but I don't think it's a whole lot.
Yeah, because they have been talking about like the NCAA. That's kind of like violating the rules if athletes in college are getting money for let's say signed autographs or something.
You hit the nail on the head then, and you talking about violating the rules. They doing it.
Yeah, they've been doing it. Yeah.
You just don't know it's not publicized, but they doing it.
Yeah.
You remember when I retired over there and worked over there, I used to hear so much stuff about that.
Yeah.
And the guys used to come in during the summer with the Little League football team and stuff, and they came in as chaperones, that kind of stuff like that. When Al was going to school over there, the same thing happened there. He would help chaperone and stuff like that. And sometimes you might go around a table or something like that when they be out there eating, you might hear a little something.
Yeah.
But then they'll shut up. If they don't want it to get spread, but that's been so many years ago. That wasn't Vince Dooley was that coaching, but you don't hear that kind of stuff.
You don't.
No, not now, because they got that hush mouth.
Yeah.
But it's just you don't like to try to guess at stuff and hearsay stuff. But I don't know how they do over there now. But you got to be careful how you say stuff these days, because you ain't got no proof and you can't prove it, and you can't go up against and prove what you don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But it's always a little piece of money.
Yeah, it's always.
It's always. I told you a long time ago. It's an old saying, which is a true saying. Folks get paid up on the table all the time. You know what I used to tell them?
What you used to tell?
Table got a top on it too. They get paid on top of the table too. They don't care who see it. They who knows. They don't care. So it's just my question is on football. What's the latest on Chubb?
Latest on Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
Oh, he said, what I heard from him, he said he wants to be a Brown for life.
Absolutely.
He loves it. And I think it should be.
Me too, because it was in the paper. I read the same thing.
Yeah.
The other day. He said he wants to stay with the Browns because it's coming up where they got to negotiate another contract.
Yeah, and I think they're going to transform that team into something different. That team going to be person that's going to be a football team to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Now, what's the latest on Rodgers? That was on the news this morning.
Yeah, they still saying he really wants to leave, because you have one of the general managers present saying that he was a complicated fella and all that stuff, just everything. And Aaron Rodgers said, I want to leave. And they were talking about how he was saying, well, I don't really have the option to do it. It's really the Green Bay Packers controlling everything. It's a mess in Green Bay, honestly. It's a real bad mess. And honestly, if I was a football player coming up, I don't even want to play for Green Bay.
I hadn't even heard of complicated fellow before.
Oh, that's what the Mark Murphy, the president, the CEO,
that's
said.
What he said.
He said that Aaron Rodgers is a complicated fellow. That's gonna make him one.
And it's just that he's been complicated all this time, and it's just now coming out. I had never all the years he already played. I never heard that.
Yeah, he won y'all a Super Bowl. He done took y'all to NFC championships, and y'all won a 4 in that. So that's on y'all, not on him. That's on y'all.
I never heard that before. And you don't even catch him being interviewed to say his side of the story.
Yeah.
Nothing but just I never even heard the coach say anything. Yeah. The president and the owner, them the only ones that's talking.
Well, mostly his teammates, really. It's really his teammates, and that's it.
They interviewed how many teammates?
I mean, all the stars, like good 5, 6 of them.
And they saying stuff against it? Or
well, no, they're actually saying, man, if that's not on us, that's on the folks ahead of us.
See? Yeah.
What you think, Devin?
Yeah.
I think it's just a mess. Like my papa would say, it's just a mess.
It is.
It's just crazy.
Only time I seen him is on Jeopardy. And he ain't talking about no football on Jeopardy.
And he hanging out with his fiance too. They say he was hanging out with his fiance with his shirt off and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Now, let's go to Gurley.
Yeah. Last time I checked, he was with the Lions.
Yeah. But, he
was getting interviewed. Well, he was getting interviewed.
I didn't even see that.
They say he was getting interviewed the last time I said. I never heard him say.
But have he gotten interviewed?
He got interviewed, but he hasn't went there complaining on going.
But ain't that amazing though? You hear talk about Julio, just him. Okay, it's already supposed to have been settled.
Right.
But while all that was going on, I didn't hear nothing about Matt Ryan. I didn't hear nothing about Gurley. I heard the settlement has already been settled with a tight end and the other running back that they got. They went in there fourth. They went. What round did they come in? They got them down.
Who you talking about?
The running back. I'm talking about the Falcons.
Oh, the tight end.
The tight end and the running back. They picked them in what? In what round?
Now I know they put Kyle Pitts in the first round.
Okay.
Because
he's the top running back in the country, right?
No, I don't think they never got a running back. Now they did get a
not a running back, the tight end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was he topped up. That's why they had to make room.
That's why they were trying to get Julio out, kind of.
Yeah.
They had been wanted that.
They didn't want to. They really didn't want to.
Julio's a great.
But you got to go with the highest person in there that's making the big bucks.
No, Devin know how I feel about
Julio. So that was Julio, and that was Ryan.
Ryan, and they weren't finna let Ryan go anyway, even though his contract went up anyway.
Well, they ain't got nobody to take his place as far as
They could have
got some quarterback.
He could have had some.
He got some bad.
Yeah.
But you can't stick them out there right.
The last time I checked, Matt Schaub's retired, and that other dude, Kevin somebody. I forgot his name. I think they said he went to Green Bay.
Well, they got somebody back there, but they ain't got the experience yet. See, they just can't stick him out there. You gotta have some. The only way to stick the quarterback out there is Matt get hurt.
Yeah. Right.
That's the only way to stick him out there. And they
bad.
got to stick him out there then. They got no choice.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Falcons could have been deal with it, but that's on them.
You know what? I told you the last time we did this. I'm just like this buddy of mine that I work with. I don't put down none of my teams in Georgia.
Me either.
I remember with Tommy. Tommy said that a long time ago. Tommy said, ain't none of them. Tickle me. I said, no, man, you can't be that hard on him. Well, anyway, that's just where I am.
Me too.
Anytime I look at a team like this right here, and I know everybody don't think like I think, if you can get to the Super Bowl, if you can get to a basketball championship, if you can get to the baseball,
you've done what you're supposed to do.
Championship. If you can get there, if you lose, you still got something to brag on.
Right.
You got there.
Yeah. But then you lost. It's like you lost the big thing. It's like, well, that's the case, and you
they gonna remember that more. They gonna remember that more than you. You lost. Then, but you got there, but you lost.
Yeah.
One of you got to lose.
Right.
So both of you can't win.
It's 50-50.
Yeah, and then now in the NFL they do have it where they still have ties. Now in college, they go into overtime.
Do you remember when the NFL and college used to when they go on a tie?
Yeah, they would just stay a tie.
They stayed there.
They stayed there. They wouldn't do nothing. You didn't have no overtime.
You couldn't break it, but now you have to break it.
Yeah, like back then, I think you had it where the NFL still does it, even though you have overtime in the NFL, but if nobody ever scores, then it's a tie. Because in the NFL they have it where if this team gets the ball, if they score a touchdown, it's over for that first possession, depending on what that team does.
I'm glad they did.
You can also have it where you can have field goals where that team gets a field goal, that team gets a field goal, and then you can have it where now that other team just needs to kick a field goal or a touchdown or something, and they win. But then if that doesn't happen, the NFL still considers that ties. But I don't think they would do that in the playoffs. So why do you do that in the regular season? Because what if there was a tie in the playoffs? Then what would happen? Would you go in the double overtime, or would it just stay a tie and that both teams would be out?
Yeah, possible and then not possible.
Which is weird. And in college they have it where you go into overtime, but then they have the 2-point conversions. Like let's say you do this, you score a touchdown at the end of the second overtime, then you try for a 2-point conversion in the third overtime. But now they said that they were going to put it back to second overtime, which means like you go score a touchdown, then a touchdown and 2-point conversion. And then the other team scores a touchdown, but not the 2-point conversion. It's over because they're trying to because college games are getting longer to the point where football is 3.5 hours.
You think so?
You get overtime, it's like 4 hours.
You really think so?
Longer than that sometimes.
Yeah. Depending on what overtime you go to.
Okay, guys, you think it got anything to do with where they place the ball at now?
Well, no, kind of. Well, how they do it is,
I don't like that.
The team does the team does a coin toss. They coin toss, so then that team can defer, or they can So what they do is they put that team on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, which is weird. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna kick it off.
You notice that, Paul? I don't like it.
Yeah, because that's what they do.
They should keep it where the pile-on thing. I don't like that either.
Me either. I mean, football's gotten so technical.
Yeah. You gonna run.
You got so many
one right here, and you gonna do that. No, I don't go along with that. I never have go along with that. Let the man get his body in there.
Right. That's right.
That's where it's supposed to be, and that's where it started off. Shit. Now Tom Landry's dead and gone. You know who he is?
I know he is. He was the head coach for the Green Bay Packers.
No.
Tom Landry, he wasn't the head coach for the Green Bay Packers? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cowboy. He said a dome should not be built to play football in. Somebody asked him why. He said, if you're going to build a dome, you let the dome cover the spectators, not the football players. That's why Texas got the top open up. Because they said, how come, Tom? He said, because when football was founded, it was played outside, so we ought to keep it outside. I don't care if it's rain, sleet, and snow. Football was formed outside.
Well, I don't want to sit in.
So that's why they said
for the spectators. I get it.
For the spectators, but the field, the old stadium they had kept the field open.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's why that thing opened up at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next, Grandpa, we're gonna talk about the Browns and are they a Super Bowl contender now? For what you done saw of them, because you know they were coming off their first playoff win since 1994. They ain't never been to the championship, to the Super Bowl before. When they did go in 1964 when they just had the NFL championships, but that was 1964, and you know the Super Bowl didn't start till 1966. That's when the Falcons were first made. So, what's your thoughts on the Browns being a Super Bowl contender?
Yes.
You think they are?
Yes.
I think they are too.
Yes. You gonna take it away from me? You ain't gonna make me say nothing else.
I ain't gonna make you say nothing
No,
else.
sir,
I
buddy.
do all the time.
And I'm not saying it just because of Chubb, because he can't play the game by himself.
They done did a lot of good
They
stuff
showed
in free
they showed some promise. And it make you go back and think about Jim Brown.
Yeah, I mean, he used to, yeah.
Grab a hold
Hall
of
of
him,
Fame.
he dragged you with him.
Well, who's
Jim
your
Brown.
team, Devin? Who's your contender, you think?
I think the Browns are a good contender. I think it's going to be the Browns and the Buccaneers because, you know, in the NFC, now that Aaron Rodgers is leaving, Drew Brees is retired, and all that stuff, I feel like the Buccaneers, I feel like they're a Super Bowl contender, but I feel like nobody can contend with them except for, the NFC West, which is, the Rams, the Seahawks, somewhat the 49ers, and maybe a little bit of the Cardinals, but I really don't see them. I really see it be the Seahawks and the Rams for that division over the Buccaneers.
So you're still sticking with the Seahawks?
Oh, yeah, but don't get me wrong.
I agree.
Don't get me wrong.
I agree.
You look at that Rams defense, they got Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, and Jalen Ramsey. Come on now, that's a great defense.
Why did the Rams? Is that where Gurley came from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they let him go?
But they let him go because Gurley was he kept having his knee injury and all that stuff.
We said that last time we got interviewed.
Yeah.
But the Browns got Chubb.
They got Chubb.
And look at his knee, but they're not worried about that.
Yeah.
Because you know he did get hurt now.
Yeah,
and
he got hurt.
He missed about how many games?
Good, 3-4.
See.
But now he was back because you got for the Browns, you got Chubb, you got Kareem Hunt, you got Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
You got Miles Garrett back from what had happened that other year.
Yeah.
And then you get Devon Clowney, the guy who was with
And
South
they
Carolina.
got a good quarterback too.
Yeah, I said Baker Mayfield.
I ain't familiar with his name.
Yeah.
So I guess because these guys they got now, I don't get into them with them before I remember these names and stuff. My memory ain't sharp as it used to be. But there's some more contenders out there. You got to be careful with. You can't forget about your buddy down there in Florida now. He's still in there.
I said Tom Brady.
40-something, Tom Brady.
I said Tom Brady.
How
I said
old
the
is
Buccaneers. Yeah, he's about to turn 44 in
He just
a few
playing.
months.
He just playing just to be playing.
You think?
That's what he said. He played just to play. And Jason Whitney.
Jason Witten.
What you call a lifetime job playing football? Is such thing as that?
Not really.
Such thing as a lifetime
that
job.
player. Yeah. I ain't never heard
Well,
of
they made it for him. Jason Whitney.
Jason Witten ain't even done nothing.
No, but when he was young,
Young.
the best tight end ever played the game. Besides, what's called you play for Pittsburgh? The only one ever played for Pittsburgh playing tight end. Then went to service for 4 years, and they kept and turned around and came back and played. No, the white guy. Oh shucks, Franco Harris. Franco Harris was a running back.
Yeah.
What's called the announcer there was a quarterback.
Cherry Bradshaw.
He was a quarterback. And who was the receiver?
For who?
Pittsburgh.
Oh
Man, I got a name right on my tongue.
Was
What
that the
year
dude?
was it?
Was that the dude that had made that crazy catch that one time
No.
against the Raiders?
No, that was what's called play for Florida.
What year was that?
I don't know. That was way back on.
Like-
That back then is what Bradshaw?
50s?
70s.
Well, that was the 70s.
Might be
because-
70s.
Yeah, it was 70s because Bradshaw was a 4-time Super Bowl champion at that time.
Franco Harris, Terry Bradshaw. The receiver was Lynn Swan, and the other receiver was named
Dave Smith, Ronnie
Brown
Shannon,
had that.
Frank
Brown.
Lewis, Terry Bradshaw, Mel Blunt, Barry Pearson, Preston Pearson, John Fuqua, Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green,
he was
yeah.
defense. You do that commercial with that little boy in that Coca-Cola.
Here's all of them. I don't know if you can see.
No, you got can't.
Yeah.
Rocky Bleier.
Rocky.
That's his name. Rocky Bleier, that's his name. You white guy, he was on there. He was awesome.
Rocky?
Rocky Bleier, played for Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hmm.
Went to service 4 years, come back and kept his composure and tore it up. He was awesome. Ain't nobody else ever done that but him. They kept his job for him. Sure did.
I know that.
He was awesome. Franco Harris was the slowest man that played professional football as a running back, but they couldn't do nothing with him. They couldn't do nothing with him. You ever looked him up?
I ain't never heard of them.
Well, I'm telling you, you knew I was gonna come up with one day.
This is Rocky Bleier.
Franco Harris. You got him? There you go.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He played back. He played. Let me see. He played back, and who else played? And tight end.
Yep, that's his name when he went, or whoever, to, or his son, or whomever.
Rocky Bleier was something. That's what they used to call they called them back then the Four Horsemen.
4 Horsemen. Yeah. I have to look that up.
Now they say, cause we talking about oldest now, but we got another topic, ain't we?
No, that was.
We ain't got another topic.
We can still talk about
So we talking. Now I give you these guys' names when we finish talking, so you can go check them out.
Alright.
So you know I'm gonna come up with one new all the time when you start talking about a team. Cause I know. See, when I tell you this, I got a grown man. I was telling him about this. He don't know nothing. That man said to me, he said, I just started noticing football and talking about football when I started working here with y'all. I said, well, Ed, you got a grown son.
Yeah.
All we do is just go watch racing cars. I said, you gotta be kidding me. I said, that all.
That's the South for you.
You 61 years old and a black man, and you don't cut it off, ain't you? And that's all you know?
No.
That's what he told me.
I ain't cut it off.
Well, I don't want to talk about it.
We'll say bye-bye.
Well, bye-bye, y'all.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining in.
Good night.